Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay back with another video, and in this video, I'll be doing an overview of the two of the figures for the Dark Knight wave. It's going to be Two-Face and Scarecrow. I finally got them. I got them a few days ago. I ordered them the day of release, and I got them Saturday, and I made a video of it. I'll put a link to it. But anyways, I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at each one. So we'll start off with Two-Face here. The front of the box, the side, the back, the other side, which I noticed they made an update. Now they have the DC Universe barcode on here for their app, which is pretty cool. Top and bottom. All right, now let's take a look at Scarecrow. So this is the front of the box, the side, back, the other side, top, and bottom. Now this is going to be an interesting one because I've heard bad things about this Bane one, especially here the joint. So we'll take a closer look on that. So yeah, that's the figures in terms of inside the box. Now let's take a look at each figure outside the box. As always, you do come with a card. So this is what the card looks like for Two-Face, which I like because it's part of the movie. If you see the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then why haven't you not seen it? The back of the card. And then for Scarecrow, it also comes with the card, which is not the best looking card. It looks like it's just a picture of the figure, but it is what it is. And the back of the card. All right. For this particular wave, it does have the Build-A-Figures for Bane, and Two-Face does come with a torso for Bane, so I won't show too much about it, talk about it too much, because I will be building him, so keep an eye out on that. But here it is, the piece for Bane, the torso. And then for Scarecrow, it does come with two extra hands. So Scarecrow comes with a left trigger. Not much to it, pretty clean looking. It does come with a right trigger, which doesn't make any sense, but it is what it is. And it does come with Bane's arms, which is questionable. So this is Bane's right arm, clean looking, and then Bane's left arm. Now here's a problem with this arm right now. And unfortunately, McFarlane kind of screwed up. Maybe not him, but anyway, so unfortunately the joint is upside down. So this is his, I think it's his right arm or whatever, his left arm, right? You see that joint right there? I don't know if my camera can pick it up. There you go. See that? But on this side, it is completely different. So from what I've seen online, people actually pop this out and reverse it back in. It's unfortunate. So I'm hoping it's just mine. It could be, I could be wrong. But what I've seen online so far, that the correct way is supposed to look like this, not like this. So if you have it like this, and if it's true, then we're kind of SOL, and we have to kind of put it in warm water or air dry it or warm dry it, and then get this out and then pop it in the other way. So it is what it is, though. So that's that. And they both do come with a regular stand, which you can't see, but come with a regular stand. So let's take a look at Two-Face. And right away, I like this head sculpture. The head sculpture looks really, really good. Look at all of that detail. The hair sculpture looks good. The paint looks really, really good. It does have a dark orange, but yeah, with some like black layers to it. It makes it look really good. And of course, eyes look really good. In terms of the face paint, there's not much to it. You got the plot eyes, the eyebrows, a little bit on the lips. Of course, this is one side of it, and the other side, it looks all beat up and gruesome, and I dig it. Sounds wrong for me to say, but I really, really dig it. It just looks burnt up. You can see that skin. I like how it's a different color of red, orange. You got some dark brown on there, a little bit of black to really make it stand out there. He got really burnt, and of course, that eye just looks fantastic. Very detailed on the eye. Maybe, I don't know if my camera can pick it up, but a lot of detail on the eye. Looks really good. Also, too, on the back. And I like the hair, too. How it's all burnt up in one side. Which, again, this is Two-Face. Head articulation is good. Left and right. Up, down. Good. So, overall, head sculpture looks good. Very, very detailed. The paint is fantastic. And, again, I dig it in. Articulation is good. Shoulders good. Bicep, good. Elbows, good. And wrists. If I can turn the wrist. Let's see. They articulate. Yeah. They articulate not a whole lot, but they articulate. So it's good. And yes, the coin is on Two-Face. It does not come off, so keep that in mind. And the torso articulation, it's okay, not the greatest, but not the worst. So in terms of the upper body articulation, it's good, except for the torso. But just this sculpture is just fantastic. What I like about it is that the actual suit has a texture look to it and feel to it. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. You see that? It has a texture look, which I really, really like. And it makes the figure so much detail. Just look at all of that. Just looks fantastic. The buttons. And then, of course, the other side, the burnt up side, same texture, but more of that textured burn to it, which I like really, really, really good. But unfortunately, though, the armor is not burnt, which is kind of, I wish it was burnt too, but it is what it is, though. But what I like about it is just all of that detail with that red, with that dark green, just stand out so good. Also, too, his actual shirt is also textured, too. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like, all that detail is just fantastic. And, of course, the tie. The tie looks really good, very clean looking. I like the paint on it, very textured as well, too. I've seen people online complain how this is different in terms of design of a tie. It's like, really? You're really going to complain about a tie not matching exactly to the movie? It's not a big deal. It's just like, really? Come on now. But it is what it is, though. Overall, this is a fantastic looking figure, man. I really dig this figure. It looks good. Articulation is good in the upper body. And just the detail and paint is just fantastic. And I like that coat. I'm telling you, when you see this coat in person, you're going to be like, wow. This is a good looking coat. And of course, with all that texture on here, just top notch, man. Even the belt on here too, very defined, very detailed. You got a little bit of silver on the buckle. Again, little things like that make a huge difference here as well too. Looks fantastic. Upper body looks fantastic. Take a look at the lower torso. Leg articulation is good. Knees, good. Ankles, they do articulate, not a whole lot, but it's good. And of course, toes. So in terms of the leg detail, it's just really dress pants. Nothing much to it, not too much sculpture. You got a little bit of texture here in terms of the texture of all the pants. So it's clean looking pants, and of course the dress shoes. But again, this is Two-Face, so this is how he looks like in the movie, and this is Two-Face in general. So that's that. So overall, though, what do I think about this figure by itself? By itself, this figure alone, this is a fantastic looking figure. The sculpture is good, articulation is good, the paint is good, and to me, for the price that you're paying for of $25, I think it's a fantastic, good-looking figure, and it's a great addition to the McFarlane DC Multiverse because there's no Two-Face figure. I know there's a Two-Face for the Batman 66, so having a Two-Face figure now in DC Multiverse is fantastic, and the cool thing, you can actually match it up with other Arkham characters, which I'll show in a bit. But overall, though, what do I think? I really like this figure. It looks good, like I said, and just a head sculpture. It's just so much detail. Just look at all that. And again, for $25, this is fantastic. I really, really dig it. And like I said, it does come with the Build-A-Figure for Bane. But if you don't want that, you can even sell it for like $5. And essentially, you got this figure for $20. And to me, even for the retail price of $25 just for this figure, easily thumbs up. And of course, this is a thumbs up for me. Here we have Two-Face, and we have the Arkham City, I think it's Arkham City Build-A-Figure for Solomon Grundy from the Arkham City video game. And again, I'm just showing you guys can see, for those of you who want to do like a Arkham display, Arkham City, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight display, there you go. You have a Two-Face figure with the Penguin from that wave. It doesn't really look too similar. Like I don't think it would blend in very well with the Arkham games, but nonetheless, though, you guys can see there in terms of how it will look, having an Arkham figure with a Dark Knight movie wave figure. Here we have Peacemaker from the Suicide Squad movie, and with the really big gun, but just showing you this comparison how an action or live action figure looks like with another live action Dark Knight or figure, which is the Dark Knight. And again, both look good. Of course, Peacemaker's a lot taller and a lot muscular because, of course, it's John Cena and he's huge as always, but you guys can see the comparison in terms of the size and of course the height, and it's how it looks like in terms of a live action character figure. Here we have another live action figure. We have Catwoman from the Batman movie wave, and again, just showing you another live action figure for comparison, how it will look like when you have a Dark Knight movie wave figure with Batman movie wave figure. I think it blended in pretty well, honestly. I think they'll look really, really good next to each other, and having a display like a Batman movie wave display type of thing, if that makes any sense. But there you go, nonetheless. Now here we have the Riddler from the Batman movie wave. Again, just showing you another live action figure so you guys can see the difference in terms of how they look like in detail, but also if it would blend or not with having another movie figure with another movie, live action movie wave figure. Now let's take a look at Scarecrow. And I gotta say, this is another weird looking but cool looking figure. And let's talk about this head sculpture. And I gotta say, this head sculpture is just really, really weird, but I like it. I really like it because there's so much texture and a lot of paint on here. So you got the sculpture. You can see the eyes inside here. I think there's actual head sculpture inside. I'm not too sure if you can take this off or not. Leave it in the comment section if you've taken this off, because I think you can, because when I move it, you can see the eyes, and I believe there's another face on here. I don't know if it's, again, I think I can take it off, but I don't want to though. But there you go. But just look at all of that textured on the Scarecrow. Is it weird looking? Yes, but I think it fits in, especially with the movie. And you can see a little bit of the eyes. The mouth looks weird, but it looks good. It does have some white on there. It looks like it's some kind of like cream look to it. And the stitches and more white on there too, with some black paint on there as well too. Head articulation, it's good left and right, up, down, good. So overall, though, I like this head sculpture. Is it weird? Like I said, absolutely. But it looks really, really, really cool. The paint palette is very simple, but it looks good and very like evil and creepy looking, if I'm going to be honest. And like I said, you can see the eyes underneath there. And I'm pretty sure you can take this off, but I do not know. So don't quote me on that. Shoulder articulation, it's good. Bicep, good. Elbows, oof, it's a little stiff right now, but good. Wrist, you can. It's just very, very tight. Oh man, this is, yeah. So yeah, they do articulate, just very little stiff on there, so keep that in mind. Torso is not present, so you don't get torso articulation, unfortunately. It is what it is though. But the arms, you do get articulation. But it looks really, really good, man. So much going on here with this jacket. Just look at all of that detail. You got that light brown, the creamy brown, as you can say. The blacks on there, a little bit of the grays, the whites. Just look at all of this texture. Just look at that. Look at all of that textured. And again, McFarlane was the only one able to pull this off. Just look at all of that textured. And again, the colors is what I like about it. It's not just one solid color. You got the blacks on here, you got gray on here, you get the cream on there, and it looks like it's all smudged. You can see all that. It just looks dirty and used, and I like it because it gives it not only texture, but it also gives it style, and then it just looks really, really cool, man. And of course, creepy as hell. Because if you imagine this person just following you, like really, like you'll be creeped out. And this just looks fantastic. Just look at all of this textured on here on the Scarecrow. This is why McFarlane nails it, and this is why people keep buying them. And more importantly, this is why his DC Multiverse figures keep selling out, because just look at all this, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is just fantastic, and I like how it's kind of ripped up on here, too. And also present on here, too. So much detail on here, dude. This is just top-notch. And, of course, you got him wearing the dress suit underneath. Very similar to the movie, man. So, overall, what I think about the upper body, I think it looks good. Textured is good. The paint is good, especially on the jacket. Even textured on the suit underneath, just top notch, man. And of course, that textured on the head, I really dig it. Take a look at the lower torso. Leg articulation is good. Legs good. Ankles, they do articulate, but it's limited to the pants. Keep that in mind. And of course, toes, good. So in terms of the leg detail, there's not much to it. Very kind of like that dress pant kind of textured. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. You guys can see that textured look to it. There's not much going on to it. It has like a navy blue, excuse me. Wow, can't speak right now. And of course the dress shoes, kind of leather look to it. So plain. So the lower body's clean looking, but everything else though just looks fantastic, man. Fantastic. Man, this is a fantastic wave so far, and fantastic looking figure. Now, of course, the main question is this worth your purchase price? This one by itself, is this worth the purchase price? I would say yes. Just like what I said with Two-Face, I'm going to say it again here with this one. Fantastic looking figure. Articulation is good overall. Some parts are limited. There's no torso. Legs and, I mean, the ankle is kind of limited a little bit. But everything else in terms of the paint, the texture on that jacket, it just looks top notch, man. And would I recommend it? Easily a thumbs up for me. I highly recommend getting it. And like I said with Two-Face, I'll say it with this one too. If you don't want the Bane B.A.F, you can actually get this figure, pay $25 and sell those other parts for like $5. And you got a regular cool looking $20 figure, man. So, like I said, easily thumbs up for me. They both look fantastic. And Scarecrow is really, really good. Now, of course, the main question is, which of these two would I prefer? If I can only choose one, I'm going to go for Two-Face only for one reason. Because we don't have a Two-Face in the DC Multiverse, and we need more variety. Hence why I brought this one with the Arkham one, just kind of see how it will look like in terms of the scaling and the look. But that's the only reason why I would say the Two-Face, because we don't have a Two-Face. But if there was another Two-Face, which of these two would I pick? You know what, man? I'm going to go, oh, man, it's hard, because I like the clean look of Two-Face. He looks good and clean, but I also like the textured and creepiness of Scarecrow. But if I have to only choose one, I'm going to go with Scarecrow. Just because of the paint and the jacket, and you feel like you can do a lot more with this character in terms of look. This one, I like the look. I just think having that coin, you kind of get limited. But again, I'm not hating on it, but I'm just saying if I can only choose one, I'm going to probably go with Scarecrow if we had another Two-Face one. But if we, as of right now, we don't have a Two-Face one, then I'm going to go with Two-Face, because that way we can add more to the DC Multiverse. Here we have Scarecrow from, I believe it's the Future State era, or Fear State. One of the two. But here we have another Scarecrow. They both look really good, really creepy, but look good. And yeah, you guys can see the differences too in terms of the texture and style. They both look good. And of course, this is more of like a grounded. As you can see, just look at the color palette and just the design. And this Scarecrow is definitely comic, more comic accurate, more comic look, if that makes any sense. But nonetheless, though, they both look really, really good and creepy. Here we have another Scarecrow. Fantastic figure as well, too. This is the McFarlane exclusive figure, the Scarecrow one, the orange one, some people call it, and of course, the Dark Knight one. They both look good, but I'm going to be honest, though. If I had to choose one of these two, I'm going to go for this one. So much going on with this one. I like the look of this one, don't get me wrong, but this one, man, just look at all that. You know, I don't have to say much. Just look at the detail. You tell me why I chose this one over this one. But nonetheless, though, here you go. You guys can see the difference in terms of the height and just the appearance of another Scarecrow. Here we have Riddler from the Batman movie wave, and of course Scarecrow from the Dark Knight. Good looking figures, and you know, when having him like together like this, I can kind of blend. I think it blends in pretty well. You can kind of look good as having like I said, a Batman movie wave display. I think they both look good. It's like side by side. They kind of blend in with together in terms of the style and look. Because I can really see having this kind of Scarecrow and Matt Reeves, the Batman. But there you go, just showing you for comparison. Here we have Green Arrow, the live action one, and Scarecrow from the Dark Knight. Just showing you another live action figure for comparisons. You guys can see the two. Really underrated figure and really hard to find. I think the funny thing is that when I started hunting and collecting DC Multiverse, this was a common figure. Like, I would see it everywhere, even clearance. Now people are, like, really wanting it. So, hey, I said it before, I say it again. If there's a figure that you want, definitely buy it now before it's hard to find. A.K.A. Flash DC Rebirth. So many out there. Now they're hard to find. But anyway, so, just showing you the comparison of another live-action film with Green Arrow from the Arrow show. Here we have both of them next to each other. They both look just amazing, man. Just so much detail on both of them. I really dig it. I'm so glad McFarlane released this set. And for those of you still looking for it, don't worry. This is a common figure, so they will be having it more. You'll be able to get it at Target, GameStop, Amazon, Walmart, probably Best Buy, and Entertainment exclusive or whatever it is. So don't worry. It is going to be a common wave. Just be warned in terms of the Bane arms, but nonetheless, so there you go, just showing you how these both look side by side, and I'm really looking forward to opening up the other two, which is the Batman and the Joker. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with me this figure? Do you plan on purchasing these figures? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. That includes an overview of 2 of the figures from the Dark Knight movie wave. That is Scarecrow and Two-Face. And on to the next one.